you haven't had the opportunity to watch them play, they have great offense, great defense. Most importantly, they play as a team. And without further ado, here are the Cyclones. Number 1, Mason Whitman. Number 2, and he is not here tonight, is Rowan Sullivan. Number 3, Gage Kao, he is absent as well. Number 4, Ruger Olson. Number 5, Chase Kao, absent. Number 6, Tyson Carnes. Number 7, Colin Servin. Number 8 is Xander Ford, he is absent. Number 9, Cade Chambers. Number 10, Matt Whitman. Number 11, Hudson Ringling. Number 12, Brayton Copeland. Number 13, Holden Copeland. Number 14, Brayton Gray. Number 15, Gannon Shipman. Number 16, Cam Melvin. Number 17, Braxton DeJanes. Number 20, Bryson Cruz. Number 21, Jace Brown. Number 24, Brant Starbuck. And number 25, Eli DeCounter. The Cyclones are coached by Coach Dieter, Coach Reynolds, and the head coach is Coach Brent Bland. They will play Saturday in Minden Unity against Bushnell-Prairie at 11 o'clock. If they win on Saturday, they go to state, and they will play next Friday at 2 o'clock in East Peoria. Good luck, boys.
welcome to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. If you missed it, we had a little bit of recognition for the junior high boys baseball team. They will be playing their sectional matchup this upcoming Saturday to try and punch their ticket for a state visit. Great group of kids, great baseball team. Again, we had that. That was at the beginning of the stream, so if you missed it and want to go see it, all the stuff will be uploaded after the stream is concluded, and you can go back and watch that. In the meantime, we'll just get you some of the warm-up here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mics down, and we will be back right with you with the national anthem and the starting lineups.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Hello and welcome to tonight's varsity contest between the Camp Point Central Lady Panthers and the West Prairie Cyclones. We are here at West Prairie High School in Scioto. Should be a good matchup tonight. This Camp Point team looks like they've got a lot of height on their side. Just watching them warm up, a couple names I picked out. Lauren Mills is a sophomore. Didn't see anything from her in the JV game. They saved her for the varsity contest. She looks like just about the tallest player out there, and she was hitting the ball very well in warm-ups. Carly Peters we saw in the JV contest. She looked good on the outside. And another sophomore, Claire Houston, who will be starting tonight, looking to set up some of those hitters. We will be right back after the national anthem and the starting lineups. Thank you for listening. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Good evening, and welcome to West Prairie High School for today's varsity matchup between the Panthers of Camp Point Central High School and your West Prairie Cyclones. At this time, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem. And now, the starting lineup for the home team, your West Prairie Cyclones. Number 3, Grace Bernardet. Number 6, Lillian Welsh. Number 8, Madeline Sullivan. Number 9, Taylor Richardson. Number 5, Callie Wright. Number 2, Ava Beck. And number 1, the Romero, Lauren Powell. The Cyclones are coached by Caleb Hall and assistant Drew Snyder. The officials for tonight's game are Lisa Rosendale and Amanda Sandrock. Good luck to both teams.
All right, and again, welcome. You are now watching the varsity contest. Again, tonight's the West Prairie Cyclones, Camp Point Central Lady Panthers. Their starting lineup for the Panthers tonight, that's going to be Brittany Beatty, number 1. That'll be number 4, Lauren Mills, the sophomore. Number 5, Claire Houston, the sophomore. Number 14, Carly Peters, another sophomore. Young team on this Camp Point side. They'll be joined by the senior, Tori Fessler, number 21. And the junior, Emma Welsh, number 27. And wrapping it up is going to be Maggie Bowen, another senior. And she is number 32. Starting for your Cyclones tonight, it's going to be Madeline Sullivan, Taylor Richardson, Ava Beck, Grace Venonic, Kinley Welsh, and the libero, number 1, Lauren Powell. Camp Point will start with the serve. That's going to be number 5, Claire Houston, the sophomore. Again, we saw some of her during the JV portion of tonight's matchups. Looking to start the serve there. Soft serve targeting Grace Venonic in the back row. And Houston was able to find a nice home for that one. Just out of the reach of Venonic. Nice start for the Panthers. Houston back with the serve again. This serve handled by Powell in the back row. Sullivan sets to the outside for Welsh. She'll pound it through off Houston in the back row. This one saved, bumped over by Miller. It'll be Sullivan on the outside. That one set for Beck, off the blocks and down for the Cyclones. That is a Tom Conklin State Farm kill, and that'll even the score up. Ava Beck, nice attack there in the front row. Beck now, after the nice kill, will get the serve. She'll pound it down the line. This one's going to be set to the outside. That one pounded. Venonic's there. Powell set up to the front row. Welsh is going to hit that one high and out of bounds. Brings our score now to 2-1. Number 21 back now to serve for the Panthers. That's Tori Fessler. She'll look to extend the Panthers' lead. Here comes the jump serve. That one, Venonic in the back row is able to handle it. Set to the middle from Sullivan to Richardson. Off Fessler in the back row. That'll be bumped over by Miller, as she tried to at least, but that one's going to find the net. And the Cyclones now evening up the score. That serve from Powell is going to go into the net. This serve now in the back row, served over from the Panthers. That's Jersey Brown, who just checked into the game. Welsh will pound it through. Did it get in? Yes, it did. That is a Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Kinley Welsh. And the Cyclones are now tie up the game 3-3. Not quite sure what happened to our scoreboard, guys, and we're going to try to get this figured out as we move on. It was there for a second, and it was gone the next. This serve from Sullivan into the back row. Peters sets to the middle for number 27, who pounds that one through. That was in the Welsh. Nice kill there from Welsh in the middle on the nice setup from Peters. There we go, got the scoreboard back. Sorry about that. Score is now 4-4 after that one's going to go into the net for Camp Point. Welsh back now with the serve. Here comes the jump serve. That one pounded into the back row, handled there. Peters will set to the outside for Fessler. She'll bump it up. There's Sullivan to the outside for Venonic. She'll pound it through. This one, Peters kind of throws over the net. I think they're going to call a net violation. That was on Peters, and the Cyclones will jump out to a 5-4 lead now. Welsh back with the serve again. This one handled, trying to catch the number on that one. That was 32. Maggie Bowen, the libero, tried to get that one bumped up, but just couldn't quite get enough air under it. We'll extend the Cyclones' lead now to 2. Or never mind, I think they called a net violation there. Didn't quite catch that. This one, Beck sets it outside for Venonic. She'll pound it through off the dig. Now it's 6-5 in favor of the Cyclones. Jersey Brown now back to serve. got a little bit of a lead here, 6-5. She's looking to extend it out. The serve from Brown's going to go towards the middle of the court. This one's set for Peters to the outside for Fessler. She'll pound it through. That was Janie Phelps back there who tried to save that one, but just a little bit too much steam on that for her to handle. We'll even up the score 6-6. Both teams playing well here early tonight. Be number 25, that's Katie Houston back now for the Panthers. That one going to the back row, and that's going to be out of bounds. This is the right idea. Try to kind of split the gap in the back row on that serve from Houston, but just a little bit long. Now it's number 3, Grace Venonic back to serve. Nice serve there from her, handled by Camp Point. Peters sets to the middle. That one tipped through. Richardson's there, sends it back. Here, this one's going to be bumped over from Fessler, and it found the home back there. I want to say she got a little bit lucky, but that was just a nice play on the bump over. It was able to find that back corner. It's always a tough spot on the court to cover, especially on the Cyclones defense. It seems like they have troubles covering that spot a lot of the times. That one served towards Venonic, and she mishandles it in the back row, and now it's the Panthers with a 1-point lead. Again, both of these teams playing pretty close to the chest this game. This serve handled by Powell. This is going to be set to the back row for Venonic, who tries to go down the line, but just can't quite get it in bounds. And here we go, the Panthers on a bit of a run, looking to extend their lead. The Cyclones need to stop the bleeding and get the serve back here. Claire Houston with the serve for the Panthers. She'll send it over, attacks Venonic again. She bumps it up. Sullivan to the front row for Richardson, who pounds a throw in the middle. That's a Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Richardson. And there we go, the Cyclones are able to put a stop on that run from the Panthers. Bring our score now to 9-8. Beck back with the serve. That serve handled. Peters sets to the outside for Miller. She'll pound it off the blocks. Powell's there. Venonic will set to the outside for Welsh. She will hit it off the blocks. Nice diving save in the back row there for Maggie Bowen. And here we go. That's number 20. Whoa. Nice hit there from Tori Fessler. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Fessler. Was able to pound that right through the middle, right where nobody was. Able to extend this Camp Point lead out now to 2 points. Fessler had the nice hit. She'll be back to serve now. Here comes the jump serve from her. Would have been a nice serve if it got it over the net, but just didn't quite have enough on it to get over. Cyclones now down by just 1 point. Powell looking to bring them back into this one. She'll have the serve. She'll hit that one kind of cross court. This one, Miller tries to tip over, but is rejected by Richardson. This one bumped through. Powell's there. Venonic sets it back. Welsh will hit it through. He's able to find a home for that one. I think everyone was kind of waiting to see if they were going to call a net violation up front there, but Kinley Welsh took no breaks, was able to find a home there. Powell back with the serve again. This one handled in the back row from Camp Point. Peters sets to the outside for Welsh. And that one into the net, might have been partially blocked. Will give the Cyclones the lead. Nice up front play early here from the Cyclones. Again, if you're listening to us, please feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube section. We'd love to hear from all of you. Who you're rooting for, which team you're rooting for, if there's a specific player. We'd love to hear from all of you, where you're listening from, all those good things. Serve there from Powell's going to land out of bounds. Evens up the score 11-11. Here's a serve from Camp Point. That handled in the back by Jersey Brown. Sullivan bumps it up. Powell will bump it through. That one handled by Bowen. Peters set to the outside for Miller. Seen that a couple times here early tonight. Lauren Miller able to get going on the outside. Again, I kind of mentioned in the pregame, she looked like one of the better hitters for this Camp Point team. Definitely proving it here early. Here's another serve from Camp Point. That one handled in the back row from Venonic. Sullivan sets back to Venonic. That one pounded towards the back row. Bowen will bump it up to the middle. That's going to be number 27 with Welsh there. Here comes Powell. She'll set to the outside for the other Welsh. Looking to find that back line, but just can't quite get it there. Panthers now up to a 2-point lead, 13-11. Neither team able to pull out to much of any lead here early on. Basically been about 2 to 3 points most of the night. Number 14, Carly Peters, is back to serve now for Camp Point. The serve from her, right to Brown in the back row. Sullivan will set up for Welsh off the blocks. That one handled back there by Houston. Bump up for Bowen to Miller, who tried to pound that home, but just a little bit out of bounds. There's a nice attack from Miller. She hit that ball with a lot of force, but just a bit too much. Sullivan now back with the serve. Nice serve handled by Bowen. Peters will set to the middle. That one hit through from Emma Welsh. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Welsh. And again, this Camp Point team, it looks like they got a lot of hitters up front. West Prairie struggling a little bit here early on, trying to contain them. Miller now back with the serve. Her serve attacks Sullivan in the back row. She'll bump it up. Venonic bump set to the outside for Welsh. That one off the blocks and out of bounds. Point to the Cyclones. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Kinley Welsh. And she gets the kill. Will now get to serve. Kind of how volleyball works. Here it is. Nice hard serve. Miller in the back row able to handle it. This one bumped through from Peters. Welsh, who just serves, sets it. Sullivan to the front. That was Hallie Wright up there who tipped it through. This one set to the middle for Welsh. Pumps it over. Sullivan sets back overhead for Beck, who tries to set it down the line. Camp Point was ready for it. This one set to Welsh in the middle, looking for that back corner, but out of bounds. West Prairie will remain with the serve. One Kinley Welsh back there. Nice serve from her. That one's going to land out of bounds, though. Bowen back now to serve for Camp Point. Sullivan pops it up in the back row. Venonic to the outside for Wright. Miller's there with it. This one set back to Miller in the back row. Did it find the line? Yes, it did. Man, Lauren Miller has been impressive here early. Cyclones got to find a way to slow her down. Nice back row attack there from Miller. Bowen will remain with the serve. She'll serve up this next one. That one's going to go to Sullivan in the back row. Venonic dumps it over. Tried to catch Camp Point napping, but they were ready for it. And that one going to be hit through. Nice diving save by Powell in the back row. Sullivan will set it through. This one now set to the outside. That one pounded. Are they going to say it was off the blocks? No. That one just went out of bounds. That was Katie Houston who tried to get that one through, but just a bit, just off the blocks. Or not off the blocks, I should say. Brown now back to serve. Here's a serve from here. Bowen handles it in the back row. This one set to the middle. Tip through. Nice attempt from Ava Beck to try to get underneath that one, but just couldn't quite get there. The Panthers now out to a 2-point lead. 17-15 is your score. Number 25 back now. That's Katie Houston. She'll send a high serve through. Venonic will bump set to Beck in the back row. This one set from Peters to the middle. That was Tori Fessler who hit it through. Richardson will send it back over. That one, Fessler, a little bit of miscommunication, but Camp Point's able to save it. Sullivan sets to the outside for Venonic. That one, nice hit from her, but it's going to land out of bounds. And again, as this game starts to come down to the wire, you would like to see West Prairie try to crawl their way back into it. Timeout on the floor, and we will take one ourselves here. We're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Back here at West Prairie High School, located in Scioto. We got a nice contest going on here tonight. Camp Point Central now up 18-15. Serve now hit through. Venonic will set to the middle for Richardson, who tries to send it through off the blockers and down. There we go. Taylor Richardson getting going here. He's able to get that one off the blocks. Brings the score to 16-18 in favor of Camp Point Central. This serve from Venonic hit hard to the back row. That was number 1 back there. That was Brittany Beatty. Miller in the back row attacks Powell. She's able to bump it up. Sullivan sets to the outside for Beck. That one pounded through. Beatty's there. This one's set now. That one's going to be, ooh, there we go. Initially, it looked like they were going to call it out of bounds, but that was definitely off the blockers. And that would be a point for Camp Point. This one now. Peters sets it outside for Miller. That one off the blockers. Phelps was back there for it. Venonic set to the outside. Beck was able to tip it through. This one set back to Miller. She jumps up, rejected up front. There we go. Taylor Richardson, I should say, and Ava Beck in the front row there. With a nice rejection, able to get the serve back to the Cyclones. Nice short serve there from the Cyclones. That one tried to tip over the blockers and does, but nice effort there up front from the Cyclones. Welsh was able to push it over. This one sets it outside for middle. She'll pound it. Beck is there. Sullivan set back to Welsh. Kind of softly taps that one through. Peters to the middle. That one tipped up. Sullivan was there. Venonic sets up for Beck, who just kind of taps it through. Miller sets it outside for Miller. Nice hit there. Took a little bit off of it. Miller's been kind of attacking that opposite back corner all night, but took a little bit off the hit there and is just able to find a home for it on the opposite side. Back with the serve now. That one's going to go into the net. Serve from Powell, handled in the back row by Camp Point Central. This one set back to Houston, who pounds it through. Powell is there with that. Grace Venonic sets to the outside for Welsh. That one off the blocks and in. And here we go. West Prairie now knocking on the door, 20-19. Looking to kind of steal this first set. They've been playing from behind for most of the game, but they are looking to close this one out, maybe take a lead here late. Powell back with the serve. This one serves, dug up by Houston. Peters tips it through. Brown is there. Welsh tries to save it, but that was going to land up in the crowd right by us. Nice effort there from Kinley Welsh, but just not able to save it. And here we go. The Panthers now threatening. Just need 4 points to walk away with this one. Serve here. Handled in the back row from Brown. Sullivan will set up for Wright. She'll tip it through. This one's going to be bumped up to the front by Bowen. That hit through Miller. Finds a home. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Miller. That one was able to just find a home right in between Powell and Brown in the back row. Timeout on the court called by Coach Caleb Hall. We will take one as well. Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles for everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one. Stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mmbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. Barkley Bills Co., a hot brand built on 2 staples, Coupler and Style, specializing in snapback trucker styles and caps. Check out our selection or consider customs to build your business at barkleybillsco.com. Don't let the hat rack fool you. There's always room for more. BarkleyBillsCo.com, wishing good luck to all athletes during your postseason runs. That serve is going to be mishandled by Brown in the back row. That's a Brett Powell Country Financial ace for, I believe that's Miller back there, or not Miller. That is Peters back there. Serving for Camp Point. He said as he updates the score. Camp Point 2 points away from closing this out. Sullivan sets it outside for Welsh. She'll pound it hard and down. Tom Conklin State Farm kill. Kinley Welsh We've heard a lot of that throughout the season. Kinley Welsh, one of the West Prairie's best hitter, probably the best hitter on this West Prairie team, is able to put that one up and down. Serve from Sullivan, handled up front from Welsh. That one set from Houston. This one back into the net. That was Katie Houston, who hit that one into the net now. West Prairie now closes the gap to just 2. 23-21 is your score. Sullivan back with the serve. This one handled by Bowen, bumped up from Miller. That one to the outside. Sullivan's able to be there. She sets it up. That was Beck who kind of bumped it through. Peters sets it outside for Miller again. Powell's able to set it up in the back row. Sullivan sets this one up front for Renonic, who softly taps it through. Bowen's able to handle it. That's number 27, Emma Welsh, was able to tip that through. Miller, they're going to call a net violation. Yes, they are. Big moment here for the Cyclones. They're looking to tie up this game. A little bit of a misplay there from Miller in the front row. Peters now tips it through. What are they going to call? I think the ref accidentally blew the whistle, so they're going to replay that one. Sucks if you're a Cyclones fan. Callie Wright had a nice play up front, was able to send it back, but that one's going to be brought back. Solon with the serve, attacks Bowen in the back row. This one's set from Peters to the Miller for Miller. That one's going to be off the blocks and in. And now the Panthers 1 point away from winning this first set. It's always good to get on the board early with that first set win. Miller will look to do it. She's one of their best servers. Here's a serve from her. Powell's underneath it. Venonical sets it outside for Welsh. She'll pound it through. Miller is there. This one, a little bit of miscommunication up front between Fessler and Welsh. Wasn't quite sure who was going to take it. And again, this Cyclones team will just not go away. They are now 1 point away from tying up this game, sending it to overtime. Timeout on the court taken by Camp Point, and we will take one as well. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2022. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone services, and camera systems to the McDonough County, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. Open April through October, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, and Saturday, 10 to 4 for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow our Facebook page for daily updates. Currently, we have pumpkins and other fall goodies available. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it is grown. Back to the game now. It'll be Welsh back in the serve. That's who you want to see back there if you're West Prairie. That serve handled by Bowen. Peters sets to the middle. That one, Sullivan tried to bump it up, but just almost if she would have let that go. Powell might have had it in the back row, but it's going to be a game one winner for Camp Point Central here in the first set. We will bring you the conveniently scheduled second set after a quick commercial break.
I chose MDH. We moved here and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Your farm is your legacy. As the leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local Country Financial rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. Located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Random Farm Supply can meet all of your LP needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area, and as a customer, they will take care of you. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121. Panthers were able to walk away with that first set. Again, it's always good to get the first one out of the way early, builds momentum towards the second set. West Prairie was able to play with them throughout most of the game, but just they just kind of played from behind for a lot of it, which is their issue. I say this a lot, but it's never fun when you have to punch upwards. You'd much rather be the ones punching down, and Camp Point was definitely the ones punching down in that first set. Starting here now in the second set for Camp Point, that's going to be number 1, Brittany Beatty. That's going to be Bowen back there. Miller in the front row, joined by Peters. And looks like number 21, Tori Fessler. And number 5, that's Claire Houston back there for the Cyclones. It'll be Beck with the serve right now. Powell, Grace Vanana, Kinley Welsh, Taylor Richardson, and Sullivan. Brett Powell, Country Financial ace. Tee it up for Ava Beck. And a nice early start for the Cyclones. You can't really ask for much better of a start. 1-0, it doesn't get much better than that. Beck back now with the serve again. Her serve will be handled in the back row by Beatty. That one's set for Peters. Nice setup for Peters on the outside. That was Fessler, who's able to pound that through for your Tom Conklin State Farm kill. And to tie it up for the Panthers. Fessler got the kill, should be back to serve now. Nice jump serve from her, handled by Vanonik in the back row. Sullivan will bump set to the outside for Welsh. She'll tip it through. That one Beatty was underneath it, tried to tip it back up, but just couldn't quite get a hold of it. Nice play there from Kinley Welsh, was able to attack her kind of off guard while she was coming forward. The libero, Powell, is now back with the serve. She'll pound it through. Attacks Houston in the back row. This one's going to be bumped through by Bowen. That one's saved by Beck. Vanonik will set to the middle for Welsh, who just kind of flips it over. A little bit of miscommunication there, but Miller's able to send it over. Nice play there from Sullivan, able to bump it back. And Peters, the setter, he's been setting for most of the night, but is able to get that one tipped through for the Panthers. We'll see if maybe they bring that back. The scores table is trying to get the attentions of the ref throughout most of that volley. I think they want to check some lineups. And if the lineups were kind of misplaced on that last volley, they might take the point away. But currently your score stands at 2-2. We'll see what happens. Maddie Hood now onto the court for the Cyclones. That's Taylor Richardson that came out for her. So after the lineup check, your score remained 2-2. Here's a serve from Peters. Vanonik bumps it up, nobody home. Panthers now up to a 3-2 lead. Vanonik again was trying to pass that up to the front row. Just a nice serve for Peters. Schuster's another one. Powell in the back row. This one's set by Beck for Welsh on the outside. She'll pound it, rejected up front. They're going to call a net violation on the Cyclones. Nice rejection up front there from Emma Welsh. Able to send that kill back from Kinley Welsh. Welsh to Welsh there. Peters now hits Beck with the serve. Sullivan will set to the outside. Missed set. Welsh is able to bump it through. What are they going to call? Out of bounds? They're going to have a replay. Not sure why they stopped play. It looked like it made it around the outstick from this angle, but we are right behind it, so it's kind of hard to tell. Powell's under the serve. She'll send the free ball over. Bowen's underneath it. This one's set for Peters to the outside for Millers, who pounds it off the blocks. Powell tried to save it. But even with that ball coming off the blocks, Miller has just got a cannon on that right arm. When she is able to get a nice setup to that net, she just slams that thing home. Peters again back with the serve. They're running serve. Powell on one knee bumps it up. Welsh hits it through. Houston's there, but that's going to land out of bounds. Cyclones able to get the side out there. And Sullivan now back with the serve. Cyclones obviously need to win this second set. They're looking to do so here. This one's set to the outside for Houston. Off the blockers. Powell sets to the outside, back for Welsh. That one bounces off the net. Nice play by Welsh to save it. Miller pounds it through. That's going to be off the blocks and down. Miller, just a sophomore, but has left a big, big impression here in both of these sets. Early here in this set, and of course throughout most of that first set. She gets the kill, so she'll be back with the serve. That one off the net. And we always talk about that kind of serve that just kind of falls off the net. If you could do that every time, you would probably score every time. Timeout on the court called by the Cyclones. We will take one as well. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
Back here at West Prairie High School, located in Scioto. You're joined now for the second set. The score is 7-3 in favor of the Panthers. And it was going to be a Brett Powell Country Financial ace there from Miller. Again, she's looks like one of the best players on this Panthers team. She's done a nice job serving, nice job up front. This one bumped up, free ball sent over from Sullivan. Bowen's underneath it. Peters will set to the outside. That one rejected by Hood and Welsh, but Camp Point Central able to stick with it. Beck will bump up to the front row. Sullivan sets for Welsh, who had to kind of get out of the way of Sullivan. This one now set to the middle for the other Welsh, and that one's going to be long and out of bounds. 7-4 now. Cyclones trail. Serve from Welsh here. Bowen sets it up in the back row. This one to the outside. That one off the blockers. That's going to be a Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Annabelle Fessler. We got Annabelle Fessler and Tori Fessler. I'm guessing sisters, but it's always hard to tell without knowing for sure. But both of them have been big in this game, both sets. Pyle sets it up in the front row. Vanonic sets it outside for Beck. That one handled by Miller. Oh, a little bit of a miscommunication there. That was number 26 and number 21. That's Tori Fessler and Annabelle Fessler. Again, could be sisters, but just didn't have the sister connection there. One of them wanted to set it up. The other one wanted to hit it. And that serve is going to go out of bounds for Hood. As he tries to keep up with the score, it's now 10-5 for the Panthers. Katie Houston now back. Nice soft serve. Vanonic has to run up, or Phelps had to run up and get it. This one tipped over from Camp Point Central. Powell bumps it for Sullivan, who sends it through. Peters set to the middle for Fessler. That one, Phelps going to play it off the lights. Powell's underneath it. This one, free ball over from Ava Beck. Peters was set into the back row for Miller. That is so pretty watching her do that. Just attacking from the back row like that. The ball just barely gets over the net, and then it just drops straight down like a curveball. She's been able to do that quite a few times tonight. Cyclones need to bear down and stop this run from Camp Point Central. Sullivan underneath it. Vanonic will set to the outside for Beck. She'll hit it, and that's going to be out of bounds. Definitely not what you want to see if you're trying to cut into this lead. Miss hit there from Beck on the outside. Katie Houston still has the serve. She'll serve up another one. Nice soft serve. Sullivan's underneath it. Vanonic dumps it. Bowen tried to save it. Nice timely play from Vanonic. We see her do that a lot. If you've tuned in any of our other games or just know the Cyclones volleyball team, Vanonic's been doing that for a couple years now. So good at it. Always comes at a big moment, trying to get the momentum back in the Cyclones' favor. And here's the serve from Vanonic. Pounds it off Miller. Couldn't decide who was going to take it in the back row. Bowen and Miller. It'll be a Brett Powell Country Financial ace for Grace Vanonic. Vanonic serve. That one mishit by Bowen. Another Brett Powell Country Financial ace. That's 2 in a row for Grace Venonic. And Camp Point Central will call a timeout. Your score is 12-8. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. McDonough District Hospital Athletic Trainers at MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Cyclone students in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than a hospital care, a hospital caring. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Cyclones on to victory. Venonic now back with the serve. The score is 12-8. That serve, Bowen pops it up in the back row. Miller's underneath it. She'll set to the front row. Beck bumps it up. That's Venonic to the outside. Back for Beck. She'll pound it off the net. Peters, this one's set into the back row. Attacks from Miller. Beck's able to be under it. Sullivan sends it over. Peters now set to the outside. That one's going to be out of bounds. And now the Cyclones able to go on a little bit of a 3 to 4 point swing. Looking to recapture some of the momentum in this game. Again, if they were to lose this set, it would be the end of this contest. So got to claw back into this one. Serve from Venonic into the back row from Bowen. That one hit through by Fessler. I think they're going to call a lift on Beck there. It's a nice attempt at it, but just couldn't quite get there. Again, if you're listening to us on the live stream on YouTube, please feel free to leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Actually, maybe you probably shouldn't do that. I don't want to see all the negative comments. Anyway, that one blocked up front, number 21. Again, let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know which players you're here to watch online. Let us know where you're watching from. Houston is now in the back row serving for Camp Point Central. Powell is underneath that one, bumped up by Sullivan to the back row from Beck. That one rejected by Fessler and out of bounds from the Cyclones. (15-9) now is the score. Camp Point Central looking to run away with this one. Venonic bumps it up to Sullivan in the front row. She'll set to the middle for Richardson. Rejected by Tori Fessler. Man, she has been the great wall here tonight. Seems like she is sending everything back. Gets a nice high five from the coach there. And it is now 16-9 in favor of the Panthers. A hat brand built on two staples, comfort and style, specializing in snapback trucker styles and trucker style caps. Check out the selection or consider customs to build your business at BarclayBillsCo.com. Don't let the hat rack fool you. There's always room for more. BarclayBillsCo.com, wishing good luck to all athletes. Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. Back to the game now. Sullivan sets to the outside, tip through from Beck. Miscommunication there. Fessler's able to bump it over. Beck set to the middle for Richardson. She'll pound it, but that was going to be out of bounds. And again, the Panthers now threatening to walk away with this one convincingly. Cyclones need to find a big play somewhere to regain the momentum. Sullivan tips it over. Bowen's underneath it, though. Ooh, might have landed out of bounds, but Sullivan plays it anyway. Venonic sends it to the back row. Nice diving save back there from Houston. That one will be a little bit of a mishit in the front row, and here you go. Cyclones with the side out now, trailing by 7 as this game inches closer to completion. Ava Beck now back with the serve. Hits it to the back row. Bowen pops it up. This one's set. Peters on the outside. Fessler tips it through. Vinonic's able to be underneath it. Beck will set to the outside for Welsh. That one off the blocks. Peter bumps sets to the outside, or to the middle for Houston, who just bumps it over. Venonic dumps it. Bowen's underneath it. He just couldn't quite get it up enough. And again, Grace Venonic so good at that setter dump. He's able to get another one over on the Panthers there. Cyclones need a big run here. Beck with the serve. That one's going to land out of bounds. Call that the broadcaster's curse, just when it feels like the Cyclones need to go on a bit of a run. Beck sends that one out of bounds. 21 back now for the Panthers. That's Fessler, Tori Fessler. The senior now with the serve. Run, nice jump serve. Powell's able to bump it up. Sullivan sets it outside for Welsh, who hammers that one. That's a Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Kinley Welsh. Could be a nice momentum swing for the Cyclones if they're able to capitalize on that side out. Big hit from Kinley Welsh. And Powell will have it back in row with the serve. She'll hit it. Bowen's underneath it. Peters set to the middle for Miller, who kind of had to reset her jump, but was still able to hit it hard. Welsh is going to send that one out of bounds. Beatty will check out for the Panthers. I believe number 25 just came in, Katie Houston. Now Peters back to serve. Sullivan sets it up to the middle for Hood, who's able to send it off the blocks and down. Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Maddie Hood. 19-13 now is your score. Again, the Panthers were able to win the first set. Sullivan with the serve off Houston. Peters to the outside for Miller. Powell touched that. Yep, they're going to call out of bounds. It went off the backboard. The backboard is out. Powell could have thought about letting that one go. Miller hit with a lot of force, might have landed out of bounds. This serve from Miller now, handled by Powell, but knocks it outside for Welsh, who hits it off Miller, sends it back over. Kinley Welsh had to make a little bit of redirection there, tried to save it, but just not able to. And here you go, if you're the Cyclones, gotta lock in. Gotta show some fight here. The Panthers are on the prowl. And there we go. Kinley Welsh not able to be under that one off kind of the miss hit from Powell in the back row. Miller has done a nice job serving. Those serves have been hard to handle tonight for the Cyclones. Another serve from Miller. Powell pops it up. Welsh to the outside. Miller's underneath it. This one's set up from Peters. Was able to get it around the block of Maddie Hood. She was trying to send that one backwards, but the nice soft tip through there was able to score the point, and now 2 points away now for the Panthers. That serve from Miller into the net. And here we go, big break for the Cyclones. The score is now down under 10. The lead sits at 9. Welsh back with the serve. Bowen pops it up. That one's set to the back row for Miller with the attack. Welsh is underneath it. This one's set from Sullivan to the outside for Vanonik. Looking for that back corner. Is off Miller in the back row. 2 points in a row for the Cyclones, looking to recapture the momentum and maybe walk away with this game. It's looking, you can never count the Cyclones team out. They have a lot of heart, but it's looking kind of unlikely. They need to go on a big run. Peters set to the outside. That's number 25 on the attack. Houston sent back in the front row from Hood. Just as it looked like this Cyclones team was going to give up this second set, they have climbed their way back now. Cut the lead down. That serve off the net. Couldn't decide who was going to take it, but Miller was able to bump it through. That one rejected up front. That was Fessler. Fessler will be set to the middle again. Just soft tip through. That soft tip through. He's able to catch the Cyclones out of position. The Panthers now just 1 point away from walking away with this second set and this game. Would be a big win for Camp Point. Cyclones, you know, they've been a good team throughout most of the season. This could be, again, a huge win for this Camp Point Central team. Vanonik with the dump. Bowen's underneath it. Peters sets to the middle. That's number 21. That was Tori Fessler who's going to hit it out of bounds. And here's the situation now, folks. Cyclones need 7 points in a row to force overtime in this contest. Need 9 points to walk away with it. Hood will be in the hands of Maddie Hood, who sends that serve over. Miller hits it into the net. Good start there. Looking to climb back into this one and walk away with the second set. Hood again. It's in her hand. She sends it through. That one off Miller in the back row. Brett Powell Country Financial ace for Maddie Hood. Again, Cyclones now just 5 points needed to force overtime here in the second set. Another serve from Hood. She attacks Bowens, able to bump it up. This one set to the outside for Fessler, tips through off the blocks of Richardson. That one, Miller is able to find a home for that one, and that'll be a game-winning Tom Conklin State Farm kill for Miller in the back row. Saw a lot of her tonight. Not a better way to finish out that game for the Panthers. As I mentioned, Miller was so effective for them all night and was able to put a cap on that one. Your final score was 25-19. The Panthers able to walk away with this one in 2 sets. We'll play a couple of quick ads and be right back with you for a little bit of the post-game analysis. And we will see you then. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition mailed directly to your home every Friday as an option. You can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations of Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Again, we just wrapped up the varsity contest here tonight between the Cyclones and the Panthers. That'll end it here tonight. A little bit of post-game thoughts. I mean, Lauren Miller, the sophomore, she's going to be dangerous as she approaches into these next 2 years of school. She looked astounding here tonight, was able to attack the court from all points, from the back row, up front, on the outside, in the middle. It didn't matter. And was able to hit the ball to all parts of the court. I believe we're getting things set up. It is alumni night here in Scioto. So we're getting stuff set up for the volleyball game. We will not be broadcasting that, I don't believe. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. Again, I'm John Burton. Alongside me was my mother, Lisa Fenton. She did a wonderful job on the camera tonight in her first time.
Thank you.
My silent co-host, as I'll call her.
Yes.
Anyway, again, you were listening to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. We hope to see you back next time. And again, thank you for listening to us here tonight.